While you're in the station, I didn't create an NPC for this one, but you are greeted by a gentleman who's kind of in a police uniform, who's going to escort you, and he essentially says, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to our wonderful Neon City. My name is Officer Brack. I will be your contact while here. So if you have any questions about the city or need help getting around, feel free to reach out to me, and I will gladly help you out." You're looking around. If you look around the terminal, there's a bunch of flashing signs, video signs. There's quite a few people walking around, running the trains, walking, that kind of stuff. General train terminal.
What did you say his name was?
Officer Brack. He looks at you all and goes, 1, 2, 3. Huh. That's right. Your barbarian friend will be joining us later. Which is perfectly fine. As I do understand your mission, and we are here to make it a lot easier, though it might take some time. And we'll explain that here in a little bit. But I assume you'll like to get settled into your hotel rooms, so you'll know where you're staying.
Yes.
So Dagny is standing on his Tensor floating disc, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing his travel clothing, which is the white button-up shirt with a black tie, and then black pants. And Hans, the unseen servant, is behind him, pushing the Tensor's floating disc with Dagny on it, and on with one hand, and on the other hand he's got the 3 gazer eyes just kind of like floating. And they are he is making him like dip and dive a little bit to make him like floating googly eyes. Ooh. And Weissel is also on the Tensor's floating disc. And Weissel's kind of sitting on the Tensor's floating disc, almost cat-like, right? So Dagny will have himself pushed up in. He's like, "Yeah, Constable. I would like to know before we go to this hotel. Yeah, I would like to know, when was the last time there has been electrical occurrence in this vicinity?" Yeah.
He looks over at you. While he was giving kind of that talk to everyone at the beginning, you clearly told that his eyes were kind of like darting toward you the entire time because of the weird. Everyone's standing there all nice, and you're floating on a disc with a weasel and floating gazer eyes, almost juggling in the air.
Yeah, Constable, my eyes are right here. Right here. We are looking here. Not here.
Yeah.
Or here. We are here.
He looks at you and goes, that's a really good question. There's a reason they call us the Neon City. We have a lot of lights. You'll see them at night. But in terms of large electrical occurrences, we've found a lot of power surges happening down by one of the construction sites currently, where they were in the process of building a new apartment complex, but there's been a lot of creatures that have been showing up there lately and have been giving our workers some tough time. When we got the contact from y'all, we took a look around there, and we did find a large electrical presence there. So I guess I'll spare you to walk over to the construction site where I was going to explain this then. But it appears that fount you're looking for is actually buried beneath where the construction site is, which is great. You know where it is. Problem is the electrical current has kind of solidified the ground. And they can't really dig through it with the tools that we have. Now, what we can do is the city could pay a lot of money for specialized tools, or we can wait a few days for it to rain. And when the rain comes, it'll soften up the ground, and we'll be able to get in there just fine. That's what at least Hystix told us. Hystix is the construction site manager. You'll meet him in a little bit. But unfortunately, this isn't going to be too much of an in-and-out job. You'll be here for a few days if you want to hang out. There's plenty to do here, and I'm sure folks around town could definitely use your help for other projects and such. So, don't worry, we're not going to charge you extra for the hotel rooms or anything. It's on the house. But, it's currently Monday. It's supposed to it's supposed to thunderstorm actually on Friday. So, you'll have a few days until you can actually tag your as you need to.
That is good, Constable, yeah. I have one more question.
Go ahead. As he kind of like rings his ear, like, go ahead.
Does the hotel supply continental breakfast?
Oh, yes. You'll find that we are right next to Chinatown, right here. So we have a lot of Chinese delicacies as well for breakfast, as well as your normal continental breakfast that you would expect. Meals are also on us for the entirety of your stay, and I would definitely suggest checking out what we have, as well as if you decide to go out on the town for food, definitely hit up Dottie's Diner. It's fantastic.
Dottie's Diner, yeah. Hans, take a note. No, Hans, stop pushing. No, yeah, just take a note, Hans. Dottie's Diner, yeah, it's very good.
Is he pushing the buttons on the gazer eyes?
No, he's not pushing the buttons. He's just
okay.
This whole conversation, Hans has been kind of like trying to keep because he's pushing and holding this whole the floating disc like with one hand. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to keep it steady, but it keeps like this whole conversation. Dagny has been like slowly floating to the right and then floating to the left and then floating back to the right. So really quick he turned around, told Hans to quit it. So then he'll turn back to the police chief and be like, "Yeah, that's very good, Constable. Very good. Danke." And then Dagny will slowly float back behind like his group of friends. And as he does, it's almost as if a theremin is heard in the background, and you hear,
"Oh boy." Officer Drax is kind of he's like looking at y'all, and it's just like, "Yeah, this is the group." He actually turns to XC and goes, "So this is the group you decided to bring?"
Hey, we're the best. Sugar Cake says so.
Wait, we're the best?
I will never get over that, dude. I will never get over that.
You're welcome.
But he kind of looks at me and goes, "But Sugar, I'm not even gonna ask. Follow me," as he walks you out of the terminal.
Officer Brack.
Yes.
First of all, I'll reach my hand out. Officer Einhorn. Don't be put off by the chaotic nature of this group. We actually do know what we are doing, and
We do.
you can trust us.
I know. I'm a little bit weary of folks who act like
A little weary of
that.
folks floating around with a floating weasel with a bunch of floating
Yeah.
ice.
So
I heard that.
I
You hear from the background.
You were supposed to.
I dare hope you don't run into her. But there is this someone that refers to herself as a shaman here in the city, and she could be a bit annoying. So sometimes I get a little on edge. She's been the cause of a couple incidents around the city. So, but nothing anything illegal. So we just try to let her be. But God, if I get one more call about her, ugh.
Wyatt speaks up. Is she big on eyeballing people?
Not, not really.
Sounds like we'll get along just fine then.
She likes a lot of magic tricks. Like, of a lot of, it's kind of weird saying that because magic is all here. But she does it in an odd way where she does cast general spells, but disguises them as magician sleight of hand tricks, which is always odd. And she also, I guess she's kind of smart. She has these kind of little, she'll have these little robotic spiders that run around while she's doing her shows with buckets on their heads to collect tips and such for her. It's a show. So, but I understand you all are good at what you do. So, I will do my best to not judge. But I would suggest not exposing those beholder eyes in public. It might scare the children.
It is a good thing that we do not have beholder eyes. Yeah?
Whatever they are. They look like beholder eyes.
Oh, the finger puppets. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, very good. Hans, let us put the finger puppets away. Yeah, no, Hans. No, Hans, you need to put them away. No. We will apparently scare the children or some nonsense like that. Yeah. Yeah, we do not want to scare the children. No, we don't want to. Yeah. And Hans will, like, the floating eyes kind of like float and disappear into a bag somewhere. And Dagny turns and he goes, "They are gone."
He lets out a sigh and just goes, "Thank you. They might come in useful if you run into those creatures I mentioned, but save them for that, please." Anyway, if you follow me, and he leads you out of the terminal, and you are on basically the main street here in this neighborhood. You're given a map of this area, so you can see exactly where everything is. Up in the top right, will lead you out of the city, into the outskirts. The officer goes, I would warn you about going out there. That's a lot of, it's considered the slums. A lot of folks, a lot of road raiders, bandits, those kind of folks are all, that's kind of their base. We kind of have a thing at our station that we send a rookie out there on a mission. Always tend to return naked and crawling back into the city for their life. It's really funny to see.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Up and to the right, that'll lead you to the market at the outdoor market area. Which right next to it is a bunch of apartment buildings. Following downwards is the mall. On the right-hand side, right next to Dottie's Diner. Down lower is the entrance into where Chinatown is. The main thoroughfare there. And down on the corner is where you'll be staying, the hotel. Going more down south, you'll hit either the construction site that I mentioned. You'll hit the port area, or that'll just take you into the back alleys. You'll see 777, our convenience store, right there on the left.
I appreciate that.
And above that is a parking garage. So he then leads you to the hotel. So at the hotel, you go to check in. Exie walks up. So actually, Sarah walks up because she's the one that made the reservations for the hotel. And she walks up there. Her little halfling self can't even make it above the counter. Looks up and goes, "We have reservations for the academy." And you see the person in the front working on her computer, not even blinking an eye, not even looking at her, is like, "Name." She goes, "It's Sarah." The worker just stops typing and goes, "Last name."
Listen. We're gonna be spending quite a bit of money here. I'm gonna need you to change your tone with my small friend here. If you count, there's like 8 or 9 rooms here, and you're being quite rude, and I can't suffer it, and especially because we're going to be giving you quite a bit of money, and we're doing service to your city. So so how about we start over? You be polite, we'll be polite, and we'll go from there. How about that?
She turns her head at you. You find that this is a Goliath woman. Older woman.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, best comparison is a version of Roz from Monsters, Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of attitude, and she goes, "I'm sorry for my rudeness. For our 900 room hotel, but I need a name to unlock the reservation."
I understand, ma'am. Sarah, I apologize for this. And Wyatt like reaches down and gently lifts Sarah so that Sarah can actually look this woman in the face, because something tells me that the 3 foot tall halfling, there's just a miscommunication here, and so I'm like holding her up kind of gently. Very obviously, I'm coming to. Maybe she doesn't want me to come to her rescue, but that's just Wyatt. So Wyatt is now holding the halfling up to the Goliath so that they can have a conversation face to face.
Question for you as you do this. Are you
Yeah.
holding her, like, how free are her arms when you pick her up?
Oh, very free. I mean, if
Okay.
she wants to hit me, she by all means can.
She doesn't hit you. She looks very just, like, pissed off.
Yeah, no,
and it's just hanging limp in your arms, looking up at her. And she just goes, "Mains." And as she does that, you see the Goliath woman, her mood completely changes and goes, "Oh, Miss Mains, welcome back. Oh, it's so good to see you. Are you here to visit?" And then she just goes silent. Wyatt, since you're holding her, you feel her hand kind of move. She casts some kind of like silence spell on her, so you can't hear anything more that she's talking about. Goes, yes, I'm here for that. We have our room keys, please? Put me down.
I mean, of course, Wyatt sets her down. I mean, and Wyatt just kind of like gives her like that like shit-eating grin where he's like, Wyatt's just like, I just couldn't stand it being rude to you. It was upsetting me.
She doesn't even hear that, because the moment you set her down, she is bolt out of sight to the bathroom.
Looks like I'm not the only one that likes organ.
And clearly you did see a very embarrassed look on her face. As she goes away, whatever silence spell she just cast, breaks, and she just goes, "That little one, always so temperamental. How is she doing, by the way?" And she's actually talking to you, Wyatt, since you're there.
Oh, I mean, she's a Spitfire, you know. I'm sure she's gonna be real mad at me about what I just did, but you know, she's doing all right. You know, well, I mean, is there a reason why she would not be doing well?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. She's been gone. So she's originally from here, and so a lot of folks around here know her and her sister. I guess they don't get along as much as they used to when they were younger. But she hasn't been back to visit or even contact anyone here. So it was quite a surprise when we heard that she was coming. So I am sorry about that. As she's like going through the keys and like activating each of the keys for all of you. You all will get your own room, by the way. So she finishes getting all the keys together. She tells everybody to come up. Sarah has not returned from the bathroom. And Layla goes, I'll just take her key. She's actually rooming with me. And she distributes all the keys to you all. And lets you go on your way.
As Dagny floats past this front desk with the attendant behind the desk, he will be facing her, and he will have that smile on his face, right? And he'll slowly like float past, and he'll just say, "I am not scaring children, yeah."
God damn it. She like looks at you, isn't even phased by it, and he goes, turns to White and goes, I've heard about that one too.
Who's saying that to me?
The front desk lady.
Is saying something about Dagny?
Yeah, like Dagny just walked by with the saying, I'm not scaring children.
Floated by.
Floated by. And she's
slowly.
Like, yeah, she just looks at you and goes, yeah, I've heard about that one too. He goes, and she just goes, I bet he's fun at parties.
You have no idea.
All right, so you all settle down in your rooms. You two meet up back in the lobby, as mentioned. Officer Brax was going to bring you over to the construction site to introduce you to the site manager, and you can talk to him about what's been going on there and such. So, all that. So, Officer Brack goes ahead and brings you all over. And as you enter the construction site, you are greeted by a dwarven man, rock gnome, actually. Big, long beard, darker skin, about 4 foot. He is wearing a yellow, like construction vest, high-vis vest. As you see a couple workers out in the construction zone who are like attempting to hammer away at the center there, and you see one takes a pickaxe and goes and swings down, and you just see the pickaxe shatter into a million pieces. They're doing everything they can to get down through there, but there is nothing breaking. You see Hystix turns towards the workers and goes, "Hey! I told ya! It's not going to work. Stop breaking our equipment." Oh, hello, officer. And who are these?
What's up? The squad.
Guten Tag. Wir are the Wunderkind, yeah.
The what?
Yeah, the Wunder, and Dagny will totally turn to Rashmi and just be like, yeah, the Wunderkind, yeah, I just named us that. I think it is a good name, yeah, we are the Wunderkind.
What does that mean?
It means we are wondrous.
Why is he the only one that scares me when he says wondrous? Does everybody else get scared? Or is it just me?
Well, at least he didn't call us the Wunderwaffen.
So he speaks up and goes, let him have his fun. And hey, every good team needs a name. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hystix Selgin Origin Zopik. You could just call me Hystix. I am the site manager for this project that we have to unfortunately delay. But, so it be, so it goes. I'm still getting paid to supervise all of these. So did our fine officer brief you on the situation?
Yes.
You seem hesitant about that, sir.
It's ready for somebody else to speak up. Normally, I'm not the one that does the talking. But I guess like I'm doing the talking today. Yes. We were told that there's a lot of electrical things that happen over here, and the ground is also incredibly hard. You guys can't break through it, so you guys are waiting on the rain to come in, which you said would happen the next couple of days or so.
Yes.
Und monsters, yeah.
And that.
Oh, yes. The shock lizards.
What?
the shock lizards. They like to come. They come from the outside. Normally normal lizards, but once they get exposed to the energies around here, let's just say they can be a handful.
They sound like they're a handful.
Mm-hmm. Usually we have guards here to kind of take him out and protect, but they've been getting pretty crafty. So, well, we may need some security help one night, if y'all are up to it, but, yeah.
If you get a cool shirt, Wyatt will do it. He likes his shirts.
I love my outfit. And he shows off the, high-vis vest he has that has, like, the company name on the back. Not the company, but it has his construction company's name on the back. God damn it, I have to make that known. He has the construction company's name on the back, and he's talking about it. He goes, "We're the best in the business."
I mean, just so we're clear, unless we're talking about Armani, we are not talking about the same things.
You like designer?
I mean, I like nothing less than a $500 shirt touches the skin. Okay, like,
I'm so confused by you now. For somebody who likes the bloodshed that you like, to wear such expensive clothes.
I mean, when you take life the way that I do, don't you think you should wear only the bare best?
No, not when I'm out killing things, because I'm gonna ruin it.
Yeah, because normally, before I just got my upgraded armor, normally the armor covers it, right? So underneath, I'm wearing the finest.
We'll have this discussion later, but we're definitely having this discussion.
One thing you all notice on Hystix. Oh, go ahead. All right. One thing you'll notice about Hystix is his arm that is exposed has a blue lightning bolt tattoo around it. His hair is kind of slicked back, in kind of brownish. You would think that he's maybe Italian. He keeps it very shiny and very, very gelled. And he has a hammer attached to his waistband. And he goes, "So, I'll let you know if we ever need your help. But other than that, feel free to hang out, take in the sights. There's some pretty cool stuff going on." I am gonna go ahead and mute Josh. But yeah, so yeah, you can go ahead and check out the city, check out the sites. The mall has some pretty cool stuff if you ever wanted to stock up on any cool items, weapons. Kaya is fantastic with smithing weapons. You can pretty much get anything from her. There's a magic item shop. There's an armor shop. And we also have an Armani warehouse store.
Oh, fucking course you do.
So, but definitely check out Dottie's Diner. Best food ever. You can pick up a snack over at 777. And just take a walk around. There's some really cool sights around. Oh, there's this awesome nightclub over near the back alleys that I used to go to all the time when I was younger. Oh, what is its name? Viper nightclub. Oh, it's so much fun. So, but also, if you have any questions, you'll find me here. So let me know if you want to know more about the city or where to go or what to do. I'm here.
While this conversation is going on, would Dagny have enough time to kind of float closer to the construction area and cast Detect Magic as a ritual?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so he is going to do that. And what?
Let's see. You notice right in the center of the construction area, you do notice it giving off like almost like a faint glow, as if kind of almost as if you had a light bulb and then covered it with a piece of cloth. Like that kind of diffusion of the light. It's blue in nature. You can't really discern any sort of spell school or class with it. It really doesn't have one associated with it. And as you are looking at it, you do notice across that blue section, you do see a few like jolts of electricity just going through the ground in that area. It's kind of concentrated in a circle. Not a perfect circle. It's kind of almost a jagged circle. But that's what the Detect Magic tells you.
Okay, and how much of the apartment building have they been able to build?
So, not much. You notice the scaffolding is up around a couple of the areas, just mostly to protect the other places. They got a single wall, like a almost like a half wall, that they were able to put up before they encountered issues. Especially with the shock lizards. So it's dug down about, I'd say about 2 feet, like a 2-foot hole. And on like the upper left corner, there is a short wall. But that's really it. They didn't really get much progress on it.
Okay, so then there's no, so they haven't like dug down to like for structural support or anything like that. It's just that the one wall.
Yeah, that the structural they were beginning to, and that's where they discovered them not being able to dig any further. And that's when they realized that they were above a ley line. So they've been waiting to use the rains to be able to dig deeper. Because what they've Histix actually says, honestly, I think we should, when we do dig down to it, we should just place into supports and then fill her back up. But the company that wants to do this apartment complex wants the ley lines found exposed as sort of like a centerpiece statue or something. But we're like, no, like having that exposed like that will cause so many issues, will drive so many. You don't know what it could do if it's just exposed to the elements like that. So, but you know, when Infin wants something, they get it.
Mein Herr, you said that the construction company wants to make the fount a centerpiece.
Oh, not us, not the construction company. The Infin, who is building these apartment complex who hired us to build their apartment complexes wanted to have it as a centerpiece.
Fount.
Just the fount.
A ley line fount, a magical fount.
Yes.
Yeah. These fount that shoots the electricity. Yeah, they just want to make it into a centerpiece. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing they have some kind of plan to have that power the apartment.
Oh yeah.
Without needing to write up the energy bill. But we're trying to convince them not to. I'm doing my best. Maybe y'all can convince them otherwise. For those of you who remember, Infin was also the name of the stadium that you all met at. They're basically a mega corporation of every industry. So yeah. So yeah, I gotta get back to work. Make sure these idiots don't break anything else. But if you have any questions, come find me. I'll gladly point out where to go. And Officer Brax goes, thank you so much. To the rest of you, you're free to go wherever you wish. Feel free to go take a rest, or if you want to explore the areas, go to any other places you want, you're free to. I, as the Dungeon Master will say, I'm going to take this opportunity for us to take a quick 10-minute break, because doing that voice hurt my throat, and I need a drink, so I feel like we all need a break. So let's meet back here at 9:26 Central, so it's 10:26 Eastern. Yes.
Huzzah.
Cool. See you then. So just gotta say, it actually kind of makes me happy watching y'all take notes too. I'm like, yay! Like,
And I'm back.
Yeah. I have to take notes because I will forget. My memory is crap.
oh no, all good. I know I'm usually pretty cruddy at taking notes myself. But for this chapter, because you're going to be doing a lot of exploring and meeting a lot of different people, it's a good thing.
Advised?
It's advised. It is advised. And also, it'll be easier for you to loop Mikey in on what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe I chose that voice that hurt.
It was good for the character.
I hope so.
Oh, and earlier when I had to step away, I'm sorry if there was any echo, because I didn't realize it when I set my headset down. It pulled the plug out of my computer. So when I got back, I looked and my headset was unplugged, and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, I had to mute you.
I'm
I heard
sorry.
it coming through, and I saw your face of like, what do I do? I was like, I'm just gonna type that he can mute, just so he knows.
Yeah, I was like, I completely forgot how to actually mute on here, because I didn't want to server mute you.
Yeah.
I thought that was the only way, but I could just mute him.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry.
Nope, oh good, it happens.
I hope I didn't miss any important info when I had to step away.
Oh, all the important info.
Not really.
No.
Nah.
We had so much important info. We're got it coming out our ears.
Mm-hmm. You've heard of a few people. You've met 2 people so far on my list.
How many people are on your list, out of curiosity?
311.
I have 8 NPCs for you to meet in this chapter.
Very cool.
And you'll soon find out why.
Uh-oh.
You're fighting 6 of them.
No, you're not. So again, depending on who you piss off, you may or may not be fighting.
We are erect with rage. I'm a killer. Yes, please.
But
Oh, hey, on a side note, the forge actually loaded up for me.
yay,
Nice.
good. Yeah,
Yay.
sometimes it just takes some time.
Oh, that is so cool. I love the construction yard here.
Yeah,
I love it.
and soon you'll see more places. And again, it all depends on where you end up.
Discover more.
So yeah, so this next part, for those of you who are here, I'm gonna explain this once we hop back into the recording. For this first day, I will give you as a group, one place to visit during the day, one place to visit during the evening, and then it will be bedtime. So, and then you'll have all the other places to explore the rest of the days. Like I said, you have like 3 or 4 days in this city to just explore and do whatever you wish.
Very cool.
And
We're all gonna go beat up all the bandits, right? We're gonna clean up that part of town. That's the plan.
I don't know. That's up to you.
How many bandits could there possibly be in a town?
Let me go count.
My
I
vote
know.
is for shock lizards. I heard there were shock lizards.
There are shock lizards.
New friends. Yay.
I have for this chapter 3 scripted battles for you that you'll go throughout this chapter, and then an undisclosed amount of optional battles depending on events and what you guys end up doing and who you piss off.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm sensing a who you piss off is like a theme, maybe.
I essentially what I'm saying is
There's some bad people.
there are a lot of people who are neutral to you, who will be neutral to you. But if you do or say or step in the wrong direction, they turn hostile.
So basically, they're like Wyatt.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, it's so funny because why genuinely is I mean, he's chaotic good. He just doesn't like people like threatening him.
No.
Like he really doesn't like. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, because in his line of work, when people start threatening, that's like the time when you start shooting.
Yeah. I mean, these folks won't. Okay, I don't want to give more away about what their personalities are like, so I'm not going to say any more. But what I will say is, like, these folks can be used for information. These folks can be allies, or they could end up being enemies. That's something for you to figure out, discover on your own, or cause.
Based on how big of dickheads there.
Yes. All right. It seems like we got everybody back.
I'm just saying, Chris, I am not seeing Leo on this map. Am I missing something here?
Jumping from map to map, it kind of like got things a little screwy. So he might not be appearing. But you're still in the construction site. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold a scene. Pulling you back over to the streets. Yeah, in the construction site, I didn't put Leonidas in the scene. So.
Oh, okay.
So, after a while, Officer Brax leaves you, heads back to the station. and leaves you to your own devices to explore, check things out. I will say that you have time to visit essentially 2 areas until it's basically what would normally be your bedtime. And I'm gonna say that XC said that at a certain time you do have a sort of curfew because they just want to make sure that y'all
not
are
dead.
safe. Yes.
Here's the rules. It's
Yes.
more like a guideline.
Yes. But you also got up early that morning. I'm gonna assume that some of you have some sort of tiredness that you're ready to go to bed earlier. Maybe. But cool. So, first things first, where would y'all like to visit first?
Before we
to go shopping.
do anything,
Yes.
Dagny, when Histix walks away and when Officer Brack, walks away, Dagny is going to be turned on his floating disc towards his friend and just be like, "Mein Freunds, is no one else bothered by the fact that the big corporation wants to take this font and use it as a centerpiece for an apartment building?"
Yeah, that bugs the fuck out of me.
Is that not normal here?
Nine. Especially after the whole part that said that there was dragons and other creepy crawlies that congregate around these crystals. Yeah.
Could be like a
I d-
tourist attraction, no?
Well, if the tourist attraction includes rampaging beasties killing the tourists, then I guess that would be very attractive to some peoples.
Have you been?
It's a bad idea.
There's like dire wolves walking around parks, and it's a common thing.
Well, the dire wolves, but the electrical lizards, electrical lizards. This has attracted electrical lizards, and we are fine with this. We are okay. Just want to make sure I know where we are standing. That is all.
I mean, how bad could it be?
So, if anyone wants to roll history to see how much you know about Infin.
Oh my god. I rolled a nat 20.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Out of curiosity, I wonder what that would be. You said roll history?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be a nat 20, and I've got a +2 on there, so that would be 22.
Alright. So I have rolls from Edgar, Alex, and Thorgmir. Did anyone else want to roll, or no? Okay.
Why definitely does not want to remember.
Okay. So, Edgar, so Alex, you don't know much about Infin. You've heard the name, you've seen their name on products. Pretty much every kind of product you could think of. If it has another company's name on it, it usually says, yada yada company, an Infin company, or something like that. Edgar, what you know about Infin is a little more. You know that they have their hands in every industry in the world. And slowly but surely, every independent company is being bought or absorbed by them. It is really hard to go through anything that is not sponsored by Infin, owned by Infin, or anything or related to Infin, to the point of pseudo world domination close to, but they're a corporation, so they hide it well enough.
The corporation supergiant.
Yeah. Thorgmir, On a nat 20. So on a nat 20, you know all that information. You think about it, and you know that one of their biggest exports is magical items or magical infused products. You know that they will deal to anyone, anywhere, as long as it makes them money. They will, their practices on the surface seem kind of shady, mostly because, well, they're a giant corporation trying to buy everything out. One thing you do also know, and I'm just trying to pull up the name in my notes, the company is owned by, where is he? Trying to find the name of the person, sorry. Oh, that's because it's not going to be here. The owner of the company, the one who started it, was Mark Infin, way back in the day. Who started the company. It basically became a family company of everybody in the family owned it. It had his name on it and everything. However, a lot of their family ended up not marrying, and so the company ended up getting Infin ended up getting passed down to non-members of the family, or simply people they trust. Eventually, the current owner is a man by the name of Franz Draco, who runs the company with his younger daughter, Sasha. So yeah, they run the company together. They have had more of a heavy hand and aggressive strategy when it comes to acquiring companies. But a lot of people seem to just let it go because whatever, they get what they need. It's very passive about them. So anything that is magical, they're one of the biggest mass producers of magical items. So when you do go to the mall and start shopping, you'll find their label on almost everything. So yeah.
I can hear Billy Mays. But wait, there's more.
The only other thing you do notice is from some of the commercials or some of the interviews with Franz, you do notice like almost like pets around his office. He has 2 young topaz dragons that are just hanging out in his home. So there's that too. Cool. So with that all information overload dump, is there anything else y'all want to discuss about this, or shall we move on? I'm going to take the silence as moving on. Cool. So, where y'all want to go?
Does anybody want to go shopping?
I mean, I'll head to the mall.
Yeah, sure. I'll go as well.
Do they have an Auntie Annie's?
Yes, they have an Auntie Annie's.
Yes.
Because if there's no Auntie Annie's, as the kids say, I am out. Yeah.
Yes, they have an Auntie Annie's. Auntie Annie's have survived everything. Through hell and high water, they will always survive. Okay, so let me bring y'all in to the mall, known as Horizon Shopping Mall.